Yo, what up everybody? Silver Sonic 234 here, and welcome back to Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Today we're continuing Shadow Story and Crisis City. Yep. And Crisis City as a level, I'm getting out of here. Forget that. But anyway, Crisis City as a level pretty much the exact same as Sonic's. Only here, you know, they want you to ride Shadow's vehicle through this section instead of, you know, riding on a board made out of a window. But I prefer not to do that. I prefer traveling here on foot, since Shadow's vehicles are terrible in this game. Just terrible. Just horrendous. Just terrible. So it's much better traveling here on foot. I recommend it, but hey, if you want to get through this section faster, well then you can go with Shadow's buggy, but I'm just going to travel here on foot because forget that. I just hate Shadow's vehicles in this game. I really do. Now, people say that they're better in this game than they are in Shadow the Hedgehog. Well, I've never played Shadow the Hedgehog, so I have no idea. So yeah, I can't say anything because I haven't played Shadow the Hedgehog. But Crisis City, you know, like Flame Core, is pretty much the exact same thing as Sonic's, just a bit more difficult. You know, the only thing more difficult about this isn't the level design. It's really just that there's just more enemies. The level design in these levels, and most of Shadow's levels are the exact same as Sonic's. Just the exact same as Sonic's. Just the difference is there's just more enemies. That's the only difference. There's enemies in places where there weren't enemies in Sonic's. So that's pretty much Shadow's levels. I mean, it's not all of them. I mean, some areas are, you know, are different. It's just some areas are different, you know. Like the third section of Crisis City in this level is different from Sonic's. But, you know, most of Shadow's levels are the same. Like here, it's just the exact same thing. We're just, you know, rail grinding here. And I'm going to take the same path that, yes, I didn't mention this. I forgot to mention this, but Shadow's levels have a serious problem of bad enemy placement. What they really did was that they really just plastered more enemies in random places everywhere. That's really just what they did to try to. Oh, thank you, so much, game. Oh, what they really did was just plaster more enemies in random places. That's what they really did. There should not be enemies on this grinding rail, especially with grinding as clunky as this. I understand what they're trying to do here. They're encouraging you to be quick and now you know why I didn't die. Now you know why I didn't jump off the rails. They're encouraging you to be quick and try to dodge enemies on the rail, but I get it. This would work if we could just jump on the rails with the press of a button, not manually jump off the rail onto another rail. I didn't mean to jump there. But yeah, that's the problem with this rail grinding in the game. You can't press the right bumper or the left bumper or the left joystick to jump from rail to rail like you can in Generations and or Unleashed and or Sonic Adventure 2. You can't do that. And the reason why I died there that first time was because when you hit a dash panel in this game, your character locks up. Like, your character locks up. You can't stop that character for a few seconds. They completely lock up and you can't control them for like 2 seconds. Which is bull! Because that's just retarded. Why? What is the point? Shadow's story is more difficult, but in a bad way, because there's no difference to the level design. It's just bad enemy placement. There's more enemies plastered everywhere. That's just the only difference. Some sections are different, but it's stupid. and here. Do not homing attack those two enemies because Shadow will decide that he just wants to grind on the rails most of the time. And that glitch is known. Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to homing attack that enemy, but Shadow just decides to stop and freeze and an invisible wall comes straight towards me. Alright, thank you. No. So, yeah. Shadow Story just has bad enemy placement. Like there. What's the point of that? That changes nothing. I'm speeding through that entire section, so what's the point of me just putting enemies there? You think I'm gonna be able to control Shadow with all those dash pads I'm hitting? No. No. Just no. Shadow's homing attack is crazy too. It's long range and it's fast. You know, like Sonic's, but it's longer range than Sonic, so homing attack the wrong way and you could end up just dying out of nowhere. But anyway. Let me take over here. Do not fire nothing. Do not. Boom. Alright. Yeah, and I don't like how Shadow's homing attack is so slow. Because it's more combat oriented, they pretty much just encourage you to mash the A button over and over again. But for chains of enemies that take one hit to kill, homing attack chains are very slow for Shadow in this game. My bad, allergies kind of acting up. This is the only section in this level that's different from Sonic's Crisis City. And oh, by the way, yeah, here, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. I forgot to mention that Shadow has no Mach speed sections in his story. So yeah, that's basically, those are the only two differences from Shadow's levels and Sonic's levels, is that Shadow has no Mach speed sections, so there's gonna be extra sections that's gonna replace those Mach speed sections in this game. So yeah. But for most of Shadow's levels, most of the time they're the same as Sonic's. Just, you know, they always have the same sections. Just there may be a different section here and there, because, you know, Shadow doesn't have Mach speed sections, which is actually a good thing, because yeah, I know Shadow is just as fast as Sonic, but come on, those Mach speed sections are terrible. They're badly designed. They are. I'm not gonna lie. The only good one is Kingdom Valley's Mach speed section, because there's not a lot for you to avoid in that level, and you can actually see things before, like, you can actually see things and have enough time to react to them. But the way Sonic controls is still bad in the Mach speed sections. Even though Kingdom Valley's Mach speed section is good based off the level design, it is, and you know, there's not too much stuff that you have to dodge, and it's actually pretty fun. The way Sonic controls is still pretty bad. But the way that Mach speed section was designed, you know, it made it pretty fun. It made it pretty good. I'm not using that. I'm not using it. Forget it. I'm not. I'm not using it. You don't have to use these Shadow's vehicles to traverse through these levels. You know, they're not a requirement. Although they encourage you to, you don't have to. Which I choose not to. Can I jump up there? Okay. Alright, so for some reason that enemy just decided to wait till I almost kill myself to spawn there. Okay, thank you. Okay. Whoa. Oh, okay. Camera, work with me. I didn't know where I was homing attacking that for a minute. Yeah, this section is basically the same as Silver's Crisis City. Yeah, unoriginality in Shadows. I mean, the only thing that's different is this part. Oh, what? I literally could not see where that grinding rail ended. I literally could not see that. And you can't dodge these cars while you're on these rails. You can't. Oh, snap. I have to get in the middle. Okay, good. The camera is so bad sometimes. It's big. Well, look at the top. You'll probably see. And just to get a visual, beautiful look of the fire tornado. Unrealistic, but okay. That's not supposed to be realistic. What am I talking about? Forget I said that. But anyway, we're about at the end of Shadows, Crisis City here. So, it's about the same as Silver's, just some minor differences there, like that grinding section. That terrible, terrible grinding section. And maybe this part is designed differently. Yeah, that's pretty much what that is. The building's knocked over! And right here. Knock down this wall. Get out. Get out. Alright. And we end the level without an S rank. Excuse me. My bad. The allergies are acting up today. Well then. Okay, let's see how long we've been recording. 11 minutes. Okay, we should have enough time to do Flame Core. Meanwhile, enjoy this cutscene, because we see someone else that we haven't seen in a while, who for some reason wasn't in Sonic Generations, but I don't know why, but whatever.
My precious Chaos Emerald.
I'm not gonna make...
Beautiful. You're mysterious.
Seriously, if my throat was not messed up right now, I would make a Lord of the Rings joke, but that would probably be corny. That probably wouldn't be it.
Omega?
I don't know.
What's he doing here?
It seems he's in standby mode.
What could have possibly happened to create this future? Yes, this is Rouge. Understood. We'll be there in a minute. It looks like Sonic and his friends have found something too. Let's go. It's not like we can do anything for him now.
Yeah.
You guys are so slow. Look.
A Chaos Emerald! You've already found one!
Well now, I may not look it, but I'm a real treasure hunter. Unlike a certain echidna I know.
What? Heh! Have you guys discovered anything?
Yeah. I received a signal indicating there's a Chaos Emerald.
You know, why is Tails so...
You mean we've got to go through there?
Why is he so
If you don't like it,
excited
you can stay
in this
here.
cutscene?
You've got to be kidding.
Don't be late. Same to you.
Alright, so, yeah, we do have enough time. Let's start Shadow's Flame Core. Now, this level. Oh, man. Sonic's Flame Core? It's fine. You know, it's fine. It's a fine level. And, you know, I like it. It's cool. It's not bad. Shadow's Flame Core? Oh, Lord. This level made me so frustrated. Yes, it's the same level design as Sonic's. But the enemy placement in this level is so bad. The enemy placement in this level is so... Oh, Lord have mercy. The enemy placement in this level is so bad. There is literally that section where you're as Sonic and you're running on the wall. There's literally an Iblis worm there that could literally pop out and knock you into the lava if you're not fast enough. It's retarded. Like there. I could have hit that. But thank you, Jesus, I dodged it. But anyway, I guess I should show off Shadow. I'm so done. I'm gonna show off Shadow's chaos ability when we get to a certain section in this level. It's called Chaos Snap, which is the first upgrade, which is the first Chaos Boost upgrade that we got of him. You see, when you destroy enemies, you collect these power cores, which help build up your... So as I was saying before, you collect these power cores that help build up your energy gauge. And once you collect enough, you press the right trigger button and Shadow goes into Chaos Boost mode. We're right now in level 1. There are 3 levels to this. And what Shadow is supposed to perform is the Chaos Snap, which he's, as you saw there, keep mashing the A button and he automatically teleports to the next enemy to destroy them and homing attack them. Homing attacks the enemy near them to destroy them and homing attack them. Now, here's what the thing is with this. This thing only works when it feels like it. Like, literally, it doesn't work all that well. But do not use it in Crisis City. If you use this in Crisis City, you're going to die. Like, there will be this horrible glitch that will happen in Crisis City where Shadow will literally just break the barrier of the level. Like, he'll go out of bounds of the level and he'll, like, just die. And you'll end up in this black void. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's the thing with Chaos Snap, is that a lot of times Shadow often just stops in the air. It's very flawed, and you know, it can kill you like it did me there. So yeah. Now, I used to hate Shadow's Flame Core so bad. I guess not so much now, since I guess I've gotten better at the game. But at this game. But Shadow's Flame Core frustrated me so much because of the bad enemy placement in this game, in this level. And the enemy placement in this level is very, very bad. Like, really, a Nebulous Worm on the wall? What is the point of that? There's literally enemies where there shouldn't be in Shadow Story and levels. Like, there are enemies where there shouldn't be. Like, this game was rushed so bad that they literally just plastered enemies in random places. But yeah, Shadow's Chaos Snap, it's good in certain areas, but it likes to work when it feels like it. And more enemies. Let's just kill these guys quicker. But don't use this for homing attack chains, because Shadow will most likely just stop. Shadow will most likely just stop in the air and just, for no reason, and just like sometimes Shadow will teleport to the enemy, sometimes he won't. But the next upgrade that we get, I believe, is Chaos Lance, which basically your Chaos Spear Yeah, Shadow, I didn't mention this. Shadow has a Chaos Spear, which you can use by jumping in the air and press the X button. It stuns enemies, but I barely use it. I forget it's there sometimes. Like, I forgot to explain it. But yeah, it stuns enemies, and, yeah. Chaos Lance actually, upgrades your Chaos Spear where it actually damages enemies. But still, it's kind of, you know, still not really that useful. But anyway, second section of Flame Core. This entire level is basically the same as Sonic's, just, like I said, bad enemy placement. We gon' load, alright. Kick that enemy, alright, never mind, I didn't get hurt. Oh. Yeah. Hip. Alright. Okay then. The homing attacks in this game are very wonky sometimes. Oh my lord, they are. And we got invincibility. With no invincibility frames. Or, not frames, but invincibility effect. The invincibility theme is awesome, I will admit, but like it's like one of my favorite invincibility themes of the Sonic series, but I hate that the last 4 seconds of the song gets cut off. Why is that? Why does the last 4 seconds of the song get cut off? And by the way, yeah, this dark place, you know. And the purple, those purple enemies are actually Mephiles spawn. They're not much different than the Iblis enemies. They have new attacks, and they have different attacks, and they're purple. That's really the only thing. They're purple, and they have different attacks. Those are really the only two things right there. You know. Okay, that's not the door. And, yeah, the Mephiles spawn are stronger than the Iblis spawn, and they take more hits to kill. They just take 2 hits. But, anyway, we're now heading on to the section with Rouge, which is the exact same section as Knuckles. We're not there yet, but we're going to get there soon. There. And Shadow was so surprised to see her. Rouge! The way he said it. Rouge! You're alive! It's like, wow. The voice acting is bad in this game, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not one of those people. Look, guys, I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those Sonic fans that's just gonna whine over the voice acting. Like, seriously, I don't care. I mean, yeah, I like Sonic's new voice. You know, I like Roger Craig Smith. I like Jason Griffith was alright. Ryan Drummond was alright. You know, I don't care that much about the voices. Yeah, the voice acting is bad in this game. Yeah, the story's bad in this game. But I'm not one of those people that's just going to whine about the story and say a game is bad just because of the story. Yes, the story is bad in this game, and yes, if you're in a review, yes, if I ever do a review of this game, I'm going to point out all the flaws of the story. I mean, yeah, but I'm not going to penalize the entire game just because the story is bad. You know, I'm not going to just pretend the story is such a big deal in the Sonic game. Because it's not. Barely got an S rank. Oh, man. Didn't get it. So close to the S rank. But anyway, I don't care. Well, if I hadn't have died, I would have got the S rank, but whatever. Time for that funny shadow line again.
I found a Chaos Emerald.
Don't touch it!
I see why people think the delivery of that line is funny. The way he said, oh my lord, the delivery of that line is just funny. Don't touch it! Oh my lord. Jason Griffith. Man. That was over the top. That was over the top. That's why it's funny. It's how over the top the line is. Don't touch it! But anyway, we're gonna fight the Iblis tapeworm in the next video, and you know what? If this fight goes anything like it did in Sonic's, I'm going to cut it out. I'm literally going to cut some parts out. I'm going to cut some parts out of this fight. If it goes anything like it did in Sonic's, I'm going to cut some parts out. Because this is literally the exact same fight as Sonic's. Nothing different. It's just a waiting game. It's literally the exact same fight. I might cut this entire fight out. I don't know. It depends on how well this fight goes. But anyway, this has been Silver Sonic 234. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.